peanut butter chocolate molten cakes in an air fryer.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone, starting off with a stick of butter. That's a half a cup and 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Melt these in the microwave until the butter is melted and nice and hot. And then just whisk that together until your chocolate chips are completely melted and you get something that's smooth and silky. Now we'll add in 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, also known as confectioner's sugar or icing sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Blend that together until combined, and then we'll add in 2 large eggs with an additional 2 egg yolks added. Blend that together, and then 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Mine has a 2-tone color to it because I used a little bit of the dark and a little bit of the regular, and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And then blend until just combined. Now this brownie batter is going to go into some ramekins. I'm using these little ceramic heart-shaped ones I bought for a Valentine's Day recipe that I actually never ended up making. Grease them well with butter. Now I put lots of butter when I greased them because I wanted to make sure that these brownies release when it was done, because if they don't release it and you have to pry them out, it's going to be a disaster. So I filled them halfway up with the brownie batter, and then I added a heaping tablespoon of peanut butter in the center. Just make sure that your peanut butter blob is not touching the edges. You want it in the middle. A bit more of a challenge with something heart-shaped, but still not that big of a deal. And then cover it with more brownie batter until it's completely covered. I filled mine up to about the 3/4 full mark. These ramekins are quite large. I ended up making 3 and about 1/2 ramekins. The 4th one I didn't actually put any peanut butter in because there wasn't enough batter. Cover them tightly with foil and put them in your air fryer. My air fryer was big enough to put 4 ramekins in. Then you're going to set it at 375 for 12 minutes. My air fryer only goes in increments of 10, so I put it at 370. After 6 minutes of cooking, you're going to remove the foil and let them continue to cook. I pulled mine out at 10 minutes because I was getting some major cracking at the top. Some of the peanut butter was starting to bubble, and they were getting a little bit even burnt looking on the edges, so I took them out, and the brownie was fine. Now, if your brownie has not pulled away from the edges, just go around with a butter knife just to release it properly. Now, these are just out of the oven, so they're really hot. You'll see here when I go to turn it over, you can tell it's hot, 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 ouch. So I use a dishcloth just to lift it up, and the brownie released perfectly. I was so happy. Then sprinkle it with some powdered sugar. And now we're going to get the big reveal. Did it work? Did it work? Do we have molten peanut butter? We do. I have some of that brownie batter that you can see that's a little bit liquid around the peanut butter middle. Now, this is safe to eat because this will most certainly have gotten to the proper temperature during baking to kill any bacteria that might have been in those eggs. You can check the internal temperature if you want to make sure it's reached 160 degrees Fahrenheit if you are worried about that. These are best eaten right out of the oven when that peanut butter is still hot and the brownies are nice and moist. But if you need to put them in the refrigerator, you can do that and just reheat them the next day. This recipe is going to go on my brownie playlist. And I've actually done molten brownies before without peanut butter, and they actually use a brownie mix, which is really kind of convenient. So if you want to see the recipe or the playlist, click on your screen. Thank you for watching.